Hey friends, this is Bobby Shanks, and this is another episode of Undateable, soon to be released, the book / the podcast. All right, so I have a super awesome guest who has been pending coming here for a long time, finally made it, but first, let's introduce our show's pastor of disaster, I got to come up with something new, don't I? Actually, I borrowed that phrase, right?
From what?
Andy Frisella.
Ah.
Yeah. Back when he was doing MFCEO. I need to come up with something original.
Well, I'm cool with that. I like
Are
it.
you? Yeah.
You are the shit, man. I couldn't do it without you.
Thanks. I have to bleep that out.
That's okay.
Quack.
Right?
All right, right here. This is our show's producer, Ian Brown.
What's up?
I love you, man.
That's all
Glad
I
you're
got.
here. All right, so we're going to talk about our guest host here. Introduce yourself and tell us why you're the sexiest man alive in America today.
Well, I don't know if I would agree with that, but
I don't know. I think a lot of people would agree with that, man. I'm just saying.
Rudy
How tall are you?
Some people say I'm 12 foot tall, but I mean we're about the same height, right?
No, dude, you're a lot taller than me.
on.
I'm 6'2". You've got to be 6 what? 5,
I wish
6?
I wish I was 6'5", 6'6". I'm only 6'3", so we're only an inch different.
Dude, it's pretty rare that I stand next to a guy and I'm like, "Whoa, what's up?"
So usually that's what happens when I'm walking into an elevator and I see this guy that's 7 foot tall, and I go, "Holy shit, you're tall!"
Yeah, that can't happen very often.
Right?
All right, give us the
Right.
what's up.
I look up at everyone I meet, so you know.
Do you? How
Yeah.
tall are you, Ian?
Like 5'7".
Oh, shit, he's
5'8"
short.
on a good day.
He's short.
You know what they say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do. Did you drive a big truck?
Probably.
Eventually, I will. Some say
Ian, you need to get a Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
I'll start with the F-150 and then we'll move on from
Right
there.
on.
Okay.
That sounds like a plan.
So do I give like full name?
Yeah, full name, your credit card number, expiration date, zip code.
I might have to get my glasses out and my wallet out for
The things that people really want to
All
know.
I care about is the social security number, and
Social
as long
security number.
as long as we have that, I'm good.
That's the only number you care about?
Yeah, as
Okay.
long as we get that, we're good.
Yeah.
Hit it, man.
All right.
I'm super pumped that you're here.
I'm pumped that I'm here too. I mean, we've talked about this for
It's overdue.
a long time.
Weeks.
Yes.
Weeks.
Months. Yeah. Which camera did I get to look at? I guess
Ian, what
pick-
camera does he talk to?
You-
I guess this one right here.
No, you talked about him.
Oh, I talked to him.
Oh,
yeah, you talked to him
Just
and
keep
me.
it social.
Okay.
Man, we got all kinds
All
of
right.
The cameras
videos
are just a
going on.
fly on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I should know that.
you know me, Bobby. I'm Rudy Showalter.
Senior.
Well, no. Well, yeah, I guess you'd say senior. There's I think 4 generations of Rudolphs, but everyone has a different middle name. Even my son. So
Yeah.
yeah. So we're all a senior.
So that's how we're connected. So let's tell people we're connected because our boys are the same age,
yes.
and they hang out from time to time.
Yeah. Both love fast cars.
But
Right.
That's where I was going.
Right.
Our boys like Camaros and
Mustangs.
Z's and
Yeah.
Mustangs, and and we're both kind of that way too.
Yes, we are.
We like things that go zoom zoom.
Oh yeah.
We go to church together
Yes, we do.
from time to time, and so that's kind of our connection.
Yep.
That's our breed. That's our
Yeah.
pedigree.
Yeah. I think we first met. Was it in church or was it at a function of some sort with the kids? Something tells me it was at church, though, right?
I think we knew each other. We
Yes.
were aware of each other.
Yes.
But then when we finally met at church,
That's when we.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And that was probably going back 2-3 years ago, or has it been longer?
Dude, I've been going there for over 3 years now.
Okay, so it's been
Isn't
longer.
that crazy?
Yeah.
Man.
And for me, it was.
Since the end of
12.
my divorce.
Yeah.
That's when I started going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was important to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, not to make it all sober.
No. Sometimes,
But we go to a cool church.
Yeah.
Our church is cool.
Yeah.
So.
And sometimes divorce is a good thing,
Oh, it's been really good for me.
right?
Maybe I shouldn't smile like that.
Maybe you should. Ian, what's wrong
You
with
know,
him smiling
okay.
like that?
So, just real quick, because like a lot of people that watch our show, they're divorced,
Sure.
right? It doesn't matter if they're 25 or
Right.
35 or 70. People are divorced, and it's like anything. It's what you make of it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I've always had a growth mindset, and I've always been a positive person, onward and upward. And so for me, divorce is emotionally tumultuous and financially
Draining. Right? I don't even know if draining is the right word for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, disaster.
That's an
but
understatement,
whatever.
right?
But I'm not bitter about it.
No. And I would have to agree. For me, Bobby, it's been what, 2.5 years, I guess.
Yeah, because we were about on the same timeline.
Yeah. And
Which we did not realize until later.
no. But I would have to say it's been a positive thing in my life.
Yeah.
Because I can honestly say that, being married to the individual or the person I was married to,
Yeah.
she kind of kept me capped, right? And that was frustrating for
Yeah.
me. There were things that I couldn't do that I really wanted to do to excel, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So without further ado, Ian, why don't you kick us off with some really fun, really funny, hot, interesting, super sexy, out of this universe, requested or rejected.
Taking your new girlfriend and or boyfriend to church with you.
what are my options again?
Requested or rejected.
There is no third option.
No third option?
Yeah. It's either yay or nay.
For me, it's requested, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's not to speak for you, Bobby, but I think you're probably more on the same page too, just because of where we're at in our faith, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty important, right? Mm-hmm. Because if you're looking for someone to grow with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, that needs to be number one, right?
If they can't grow with you, they can't go with you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
I'm looking
Damn
forward
it.
to this, Ian.
Okay. I would not take a girl to church to stand next to me in church in worship.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I already knew she was the one.
Okay.
For me, and it's not, and I'm not even going to say it's a God thing.
Right.
It's my church for me is like my gym.
Mm-hmm.
I wear a hoodie. My headphones are on. My hoodie's over my head, and I'm not there to display.
Right.
I have this to display.
Yeah.
When I'm in church, I'm there to rock my salvation.
Mm-hmm.
And have a one-to-one relationship with my Savior and my Maker. And I'm not willing to share that with anyone other than my children.
Right.
Unless I know to use an anagram, she's the Neo.
Mm-hmm.
She has to be the one.
Okay.
I didn't mean to make it all serious.
Yeah, you went very serious there.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
So
All good stuff, right?
So if you ever see me in church with a girl standing next to me,
She must be the one.
yeah, it's going down.
Now, what if you dated someone who went to your church already? You met her. Now
You're an asshole.
He is an ass, isn't he?
You are an asshole.
I like how he twisted that. He's
You
good.
are an asshole.
Hold on. Ian, you're hired.
Oh. Yes, I hear you.
So, that changes things a little bit, doesn't it, Bobby? Come on. Just a little bit.
Now, okay.
Right?
Now would
Yes, it
you make
changes
the girl
things.
go stand in the corner while you're doing your thing?
I don't think he would.
No.
No.
There would be one exception.
That's right.
Only one.
There's always
TBD.
every
Yeah.
fun.
I like the way you put that.
All right. Topic number 2. Dating a girl who can't hang with your friend group.
Oh, okay. So this is valid. This is valid for me right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what do you mean by not hanging with your friend group?
So she doesn't mesh.
She
with-
doesn't fit, basically.
Yeah,
right?
with the group of guys that you hang out with.
For whatever reason.
Or couples.
you know, or-
Yeah,
like
see,
for us.
we're old enough.
Yes.
Everybody we hang out with is married.
Right.
Yeah, and we're kind of at that age too. Like we're at the point
you
where
are.
everyone
It's
else
happening.
is couples. But point being is, if you have a friend group of guys or girls, we can reverse the topic for girls at the same in another episode. But maybe she comes to you and is just like, "Yeah, I don't really like hanging out with your guy friends. You can go do your thing with them, and I don't care."
Oh. Abort mission. Abort mission.
I would have to agree that is an abort mission, because
She's out.
yeah. And the only reason why
I would thank her for that.
the only reason why I say that is because in my marriage, right? I would go out with a group of friends, right? Couples.
Yeah.
And I was the only one there without a spouse all the time.
I can relate
Okay?
as well.
Yeah. So that was not so pleasant,
Yep.
you know?
How long did you do that for?
Oof.
It was a long time. Like 15.
15. Bobby, we're talking probably 8 years that went down, and it's just a bad thing.
Yeah. Bad juju. It's
Yeah.
a no-go.
Yeah.
Automatic abort mission. Press the red button. Nuclear strike authorized.
Yeah.
Now, what if, in reality,
She was smoking hot.
Same thing.
Wouldn't matter.
Wouldn't matter.
What if in reality, the toxic people in your life were your friends and not your
Hold on,
significant other?
Hold on, repeat that, Ian.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's a legit
Yeah, I
question.
like
Actually,
that.
that is a legit question.
What if the real toxic people in your life are your friends and not
Not the girl.
Not
I'll
the
choose
girl.
So let's not always think of. Oof, I'm gonna be exposing some shit here.
we don't have to use
Okay.
the word toxic, but
Let's do it.
No,
Let's do this.
no. I think we need to use toxic, but
I like that.
not only friends, but maybe it's family. Oh. Boom. Right?
See, I'm fortunate enough I don't have that problem,
Okay.
but I've heard it come up many times.
So I would say either or, right?
Yeah, totally agree.
now,
So what's the question, Ian?
so the question is, if you're starting to see the friends and or family as the people that are starting to be the ones holding you back, and she comes to you and says, "Yeah, Bobby, who you hang out with the Harley, that guy, he's just no good for you."
Yeah. This is so easy for me. anybody who knows me, like truly knows me, and my friends group is really tiny. It's because I'm a loner. I'm a lone wolf. I always have been.
In a lot of ways, it needs to be somewhat.
It should
tiny,
be,
right?
Anybody who knows me knows, and there are a few people who actually know what I'm about to say. You know, God bless their little hearts. If I press the elevator button, like, you're invited to step out, but if you don't step out, like, I'm just that guy. Oh, I almost felt a little...
Yeah?
Felt kind of grungy saying that.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it depends on the situation, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm that guy. Yeah, if I press the elevator button and you don't get off on your own, I'll help you off.
But you also have to know that sometimes the friends that you had prior to the relationship could be holding you back from a relationship that could really make a really positive impact in your life.
Fortunately, I don't keep those friends to begin with.
But sometimes, how do you know? Like,
Age. It's an age thing. For me, it is.
So it's more you rely on your intuition more at that point than you do.
I think
I'm not a pack wolf.
Yeah.
I'm just not a pack wolf to begin with. Like women, like, they have their little groups and their pack and their little support groups and all of that, and I think it's wonderful. Like, I definitely have a friend group. But like, look, you and I are so freaking similar.
I know.
But you and I, we don't vacation together. We don't hang out at Buffalo Wild Wings every Friday night. We don't. Like, dudes are just like that, especially type A's like us.
Yes.
Right? We fucking handle our shit. We parent. We single parent. We pay our bills. We make money. We we get us some Jesus.
Yeah.
And we just live our life, man. We don't need anybody to change our goddamn diaper.
No. And yeah.
If I shit the bed, I clean my own sheets.
Exactly.
Period.
And I could probably go off on left field on this one, but
I'm clearly
I want to, but then the other side of me says,
I know, man.
Hold back, Rudy.
I know.
Hold back. Right? Because I'm thinking family more so than friends, because
Yeah.
All right. One more question for you.
Topic.
Oof,
Good topic.
yeah, really good topic, actually.
That's that topic's so intense. Here's the deal. Anybody that's watching this right now, they know this topic is so intense. It's the white elephant.
Yes.
You can't talk about it.
No.
Unless you're
a lion.
then you talk about
Right.
that shit.
So here is our last requested or rejected. And this is something I can't have any input on. And this is for you guys.
Is that because we're older or what?
I don't
Yes,
know.
it is, unfortunately. Dating.
Yes, all the equipment still works in very, very well.
Dating a girl who refuses or does not color her gray hair.
Doesn't bother me. Yeah.
Oh my end.
I guess does that mean accepted? Because that doesn't bother me. Because I think if there's some gray streak, right? Come on, Bobby, think about it.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm just trying to decide what I'm gonna say.
I know.
And not say.
I need a caution there because I'm thinking
just
of
trying to
something else.
decide. Okay, so I set out on this journey many months ago, and I decided to open my life up. So I'm gonna say this. There is a certain type of woman that traditionally captures my gaze.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to there is I'm going to be really outspoken here. And I don't want people to read too much into this because I'm going to talk about a specific woman. We're totally friends.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing between us and hasn't been in years. My ex-wife.
Yeah. That's kind of who I thought about. Yeah.
I knew it was.
Yeah.
She has chosen to not color her hair.
Mm-hmm.
And she's still so gorgeous. Ugh.
She's a good looking woman.
Oh my gosh. What? Dude, I ain't gonna date no ugly girl. What are you talking about? She's the mom of my 2 youngest children. And yeah. She is, I'm going to say 70% gray.
Is she?
Yeah.
No kidding.
I saw her a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And she's got a cute little body, athletic, and great skin, which she's always had. And she did color her hair for many years when she was doing the corporate thing. And I have not seen her, I don't think I have seen her color her hair since our divorce, which has been a hot minute. And she's stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, gray. Yeah,
I don't have a thing for her.
Yeah, but I mean,
But she's a beautiful woman.
Yes, and gray streaks or gray hair.
Yeah.
I mean, if the woman is beautiful, I'm gonna say beautiful from the inside out, right?
Oh, we could get so deep.
Huh? From the inside,
because then we could
out.
we could talk about how women color their inside.
Exactly. Right?
Right, because they try to fake it till they make it.
Uh-huh.
I deal with that. Damn, dude.
That could be for another show.
Dr. Phil over here.
That could be for another show.
That's a season. That's not a show. That's a season. What else you got, Dr. Phil?
So, let's just answer this question. So, this is what you wrote, so I'm going to read it word for word. Why are hot, tall, good-looking guys automatically assumed to be assholes? Or here.
I'm going to speak on that because...
Yeah.
And the reason I'm going to speak on it is because no different than why it's not only women, but it's other men.
It's other men too.
Right?
Oh.
Right? Okay? Because for years...
Don't get me started.
For years, I would walk up to a group of people, right? And the first instinct is...
Including men.
Including men.
Yeah, we're going to say the same thing.
We're assholes, right?
Yeah.
And it's not the case. It really isn't until they get to know you, right? So yeah, I can relate to that.
So here's a
both of us can.
Yeah, here's a personal story, and I know you're going to relate to this. And so I was dating someone recently, and she said something to me that I've always known to be true, but because I've become so used to it, I have not thought about it or recognized it or acknowledged it in years. but she said to me, and I like, this was not a long-term relationship girl. This was more of a girl that I dated, and we sort of figured out, man, we're just going to be really good friends, right?
Yeah.
It happens,
Yeah.
whatever. And she said, I have noticed that when I'm with you, both women and men will come up to you and submit to your presence. They will automatically start talking about your personality, or that you have shoulders and arms. They will, because I do like to work out. It's my thing. And it's my personal thing.
Sure.
It's what I like to do. And it's almost a submission. It's a submission thing. And it's been so long since I've heard anybody say that. Actually, since my first marriage that I've heard anybody say that I had just forgotten that dynamic even existed in stranger groups, like when I'm meeting new people.
Yeah.
And I asked her, I said, because here's the thing, women prefer that they are the focus. Right? And I think men prefer that their mate or the person they're dating is the focus too.
Sure. Yeah.
Depending on the guy.
Good point.
Yeah. And I'm no different.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I was joking around, but like, I ain't gonna date no ugly girl, because I want to date a girl who is on my arm that, yes, is a reflection of my choices.
Yes.
Right. So that people can see that, wow, that I'm choosing a great mate, someone who, right, is at my level or even above.
Right.
Anyways, I could go on or on. I could go on and
on and on. Yeah.
Yeah. So that actually happened here very recently.
So how would you feel if someone you were dating had a large social media presence and the outside looking in is that they were full of themselves? But
outside looking in.
Ian's reading my direct messages.
no, I'm not actually. That was random. But for guys like you probably are attracting women who are good looking enough that if they were posting or doing something on social media, that people would pay somewhat of a decent attention. Yeah. So does that make them more or less attractive to you? Because for some, like the fact that there are other guys out there that find her attractive too, like that makes her like 50 times more attractive. Others, that's a complete turnoff. How do you guys feel?
Ooh.
I am well equipped and adjusted to date such a woman. No issues. Requested.
I would have to agree. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm 46 years old. I am what I am, right?
Yeah.
Popeye.
If you
I am what I am.
If you don't like who I am.
If I don't like who I am.
True.
If I'm not well adjusted enough at this age, I mean, I'm middle aged, man. I'm middle aged.
Are we?
Well, I am, you ass.
Your ass.
If I can't if I can't be open to someone who's my equal or even my superior, shall we say, professionally speaking, then I'm undateable.
Yeah. No point intended, huh?
Pun absolutely intended.
Yes. Yeah.
100%.
So also keep in mind, social media statistics, I mean, they do lie at times. You know, for example, someone could be really powerful and influential in their group of friends and in their community, but never post on social media. So, you know, social media is kind of it's a thermometer, but until you really walk into the room, you don't know how hot it really is. So what is something that you wish the opposite sex would understand, either about
Oh,
yourself
sweet Jesus.
or in general? Just throw it out there.
You are so asking the wrong question. Right guys or right guys, wrong question?
I'm only looking for one.
What you want the opposite sex?
What's something that if you could write on a piece, like a little sticky note, and put in every women's bathroom across the United States?
For a good time, call 314.
Yeah.
Joking, of course.
Okay,
You totally set that up.
that was
Yeah.
poor.
Wait, did you
I
say
didn't-
napkin or restroom?
I didn't do that very well.
Or
So
toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
you get my question. Just go.
Just shoe polish on her windshield.
Yeah. Lipstick on her windshield.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
on
daddy.
a mirror.
For
Yeah.
daddy. If you have daddy issues, call.
Ian,
Dude, that's funny.
where's this going, Ian?
I'm
Ian's
gonna
not
roll
laughing.
tonight.
I think
Ian's
where this
not
is,
laughing.
I think where this should go is you need to make those bumper stickers and we should sell them.
Oh.
Ooh, for daddy issues. Oh my gosh. Dude, you're an evil genius.
We talked about the book Green Lights earlier.
Yeah.
I have no idea why someone hasn't taken every time he said bumper sticker, put it on a bumper sticker and is selling it right now.
Well, maybe we'll start that tonight.
Yeah.
Vistaprint.com, 24
Right.
hours or less.
Right. Thank you, Ian.
So back to the original
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. Just
Something that women, right? So you and I, similar age,
Yeah.
we're both type A's, and something the opposite sex should know about two guys that are kind of our personality type. Do we have to tell the truth on this episode?
There's going to
or-
be some thinking there.
Yeah.
And trying to think
You know,
of the right
I
words.
have an answer. I have an answer. And I do that. Maybe it seems like I've been doing this a lot lately. Okay, so I have 2 chapters. I have 20 chapters in my book, 2 chapters. One is called Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Now let me set this up for you. Okay. Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful woman. That's the idea of the chapter.
Okay.
Wonder Woman, right? So when you see Wonder Woman, you think lasso, right? The
Yeah.
bracelets, the lasso of
Yeah.
the truth, the gold, the stars and stripes.
Yeah.
Wonderful woman. And I have another chapter called X-Men. Now, when you think of we don't know. He doesn't know what I'm. This is totally
Yeah.
extemporaneous here. When I say X-Men, who do you think of?
Well, I think of the cartoon, right?
Yeah. What one character do you think of?
Wolverine.
Wolverine. My favorite Halloween costume that I wear.
Mm-hmm.
So in the chapter for X-Men in my book, which is kind of a lengthy chapter, and I wrote this chapter for men, and they're going to hate reading it, just to be honest. And women are going to read it and go, thank God somebody said it, especially a man. But in that chapter, just as in Wonder Woman,
Mm-hmm.
I name 10 things that women want in a man. If I had the book here, I'd pull it up. And Wonder Woman, I named 10 things that men want in a woman.
Okay.
In other words, I'm describing to women, hey, here's 10 things that a man wants.
Mm-hmm.
And to men, or to women, I'm right, and vice versa. You get the idea.
Yep.
So to answer your question, men, and I don't remember which number it was out of the list of 10. It was in the middle, going from memory. Men, this is what I want women to know. Answering for me. Men want to be allowed to be a man. And they want to be respected as the man.
I like that. Bobby. I do like that.
Dude, I'm actually fighting back tears
You
right
could
now.
also take that back to Scripture too, right?
Yes. Yes!
As men raising young daughters,
Ooh.
how do you feel about the generation that is now coming of age and their online activity, to put it lightly? Nobody can hide anymore, unfortunately.
True that.
Nobody can.
I would have to say, Bobby, that speaking for my two children, you know, a 22-year-old daughter and 17-year-old son, I feel that they have made the right decisions. They haven't made any wrong decisions with the ability to expose whatever they could expose. But I do feel that there are a lot of children out there that get caught up in a nasty mess,
Yeah, true that.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is concerning. I can never look at someone even probably close to that age, only because of, I think for the main reason, because of my daughter. But there are a lot of men out there, I feel, that would, right?
For dating.
Dating, yeah. Maybe their own personal pleasure, right? We have it's a very satanic world that we live in nowadays. If you think about music, you think about music videos, you think about even some of the things exposed in ads, right?
So,
Right? Right?
shit, dude.
The
Right?
reason I ask is because your daughters are growing up, and your sons are growing up in a dating culture that's much different than what you
very different.
grew up in.
Yeah.
And obviously, at some point, there probably will be a reaction and things might change and go in a different direction. But, play off of that. You know what I
So
mean?
the question was about daughters. But let me do a comparison. Our sons are 17, and my son is a chip off the block of me. And while he does have social media, he has Snapchat and Instagram, he still is an extremely, not only is he an extremely social person, he is a ringleader. I couldn't tell you within 100 different young men and young women that have been to my house. Some have been there several times. Some have been there once. But my son is a rabble rouser.
Yeah.
He is he's a connector. To use an adult business term, he is a natural connector. So he gets that from me. And he gets it from Lynn too, from his mom.
Yeah.
Lynn is more introvert, but she is a good connector. People like her. Now, inversely, my youngest daughter, who is only 11, she is an absolute introvert, and it will be very interesting to see as she continues to come of age. So 11 becomes 13, 13 becomes 16, and so on. Like your Lexi, who's now 22.
Right.
It will be interesting to see what her dynamics are. Not just because of social media, but just because of who she is, her personality.
Right.
I suspect, so now a prediction, because that's really the heart of the question. I never had to predict what the outcome was going to be for Kogan, because I knew he was just like me. I knew he was going to be fine.
Yeah.
For Sierra, I don't know. And the way that technology changes now, because technology doubles itself. It used to be the phrase in the 80s was technology doubled itself every 10 years. Now they're saying technology doubles itself every
year-ish.
Every year.
2-ish.
Yeah. 2 years tops. So how that is going to work as far as dating, even dating for us, man. Oculus. I did a video date today. I met a woman today from Springfield, Missouri. It was our first meeting. It was super casual. It was in the middle of the workday, but I met her for the first time today on my phone, FaceTime video.
Interesting.
Well, imagine just even one more year from now or 2 years from now, when everybody has 3D goggles.
Right.
Like 3D goggles are not a new thing.
No.
They're very normal for our kids as far as gaming goes. But imagine that once those companies like Oculus have made enough money to generate further R&D into pushing the technology into the more extracurricular income individuals, middle-aged people, who are single or buying homes, or you name a vertical. It's going to change everything again.
Yeah.
Think about podcasting.
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah.
Great question.
The truth came out.
Thanks for making it all serious, Ian.
Yeah. Really f***ed one up, Ian. Quack. Quack. Quack.
All right, so let's talk about.
I'm sorry, man. I'm just saying it like it is.
Let's talk about when you know it's time to kick them to the curb.
Ooh. Oh, I hate this topic. Everybody hates this topic.
For me, I'm basing it off of one experience.
Yeah, I got more than that.
You probably, yeah, but when someone decides to hand you over a picture frame of a selfie of you and them in it, but only like hanging out for a week or two, that's kind of a red flag, right?
I would call that a yellow flag.
Yellow.
Yeah. So that's, have you heard that term before?
No.
Yeah. So that's something I'm trying to introduce more and more. There's such a thing as a yellow flag.
Okay.
So it's not a full blown red flag. It's not a green light, as Matthew McConaughey would say. It's yellow. It's like,
Yeah.
I call that a yellow flag, but it could be a red flag too.
For me, it was
Abort, abort, abort.
yeah.
Down periscope. Just
Yeah.
launch
Yeah.
the nuclear
Yeah.
missile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to abort.
No, I get it, man. So actually, you know what? This is important. Everything, it seems like everything I do, I try to put like this positive spin on it, or I try to be humorous because that's just kind of my personality. But this is actually an important topic. On more than one occasion, I have said to someone I have dated, whether it was, well, maybe not date 1, but date 3 through 5. You know, after date 5, right? So that's 20 hours.
Right.
And I have this whole math thing that I work through on why that's 20 hours. But that's 20 hours as at a minimum on average, usually. But between date 3 and 5, I mean, it's go time. You're either in or you're out. You can't be halfway in my opinion.
Right. Right.
Especially like if you're a really caring person, you know, which you are.
Yeah.
You and I are very similar dudes. Right? We're big, we're giants, but we're gentle.
Yeah.
Right? So we don't want to mislead anybody. We don't want to be dishonest or anything like that.
And sometimes, you know, you hate to say this though, Bobby. It sometimes I think that's a downfall, but it really isn't, you know?
It's not. You have to know how to leverage it.
Yeah.
So for me, leveraging it to answer Ann's question is, I'm honest. Now, I didn't say I'm brutally honest. I'm just honest. So I had a terrific young lady that I was dating here recently. We were definitely on date 5 plus.
Okay.
There's no doubt. And I, you know, so feel free to comment on this in the comments below. Don't crucify me. But I was very forthright with her. We went on a date, and I told her, I said, you know, we've been seeing each other now for about a month, is what it was. And I said, I have been on a couple other dates, and at the time, it seemed like she received that information well, like in that moment. I found out later on that she did not receive that information well at all. But I was honest. And when it comes to dating, for me, I have what I call a do no harm policy.
Yep.
And if somebody, listen, and men do it too, but I'm going to ask women to own this a little bit. If they try to push some shit back on me, like I will just flat out say, look, I'm not carrying that. Right? We weren't committed It was easy. You know, we went on a few dates, and then when I reached a point where I was like, okay, I know where I'm at,
Right.
and I'm going to communicate that, and I'm going to be honest about it. Not brutal,
Right.
Not mean, but gentle and sincere,
Right.
and honest about it. And if they can't receive that, then that's not on me.
Yep.
I won't. I'm not
Agreed.
going to carry that cross.
Agreed.
What is more important to you? Compatibility
The booty.
or commitment?
Ooh.
Or
He won't even let me get my
Or looks.
lame ass teenage 8th grade.
or we can
body,
say looks too.
You know, potty humor. joke.
compatibility, commitment, or how she looks. What's the most important to you?
You are asking the two right men for this question. I'm ready to answer, but I don't want to answer first.
No.
I think we're going to answer the same though. Exactly
I
the
think so. I think so, Bobby. I hope so. The first thought that comes to my
I hope so
mind
too.
is compatibility. And I guess the reason why I say that is because previous relationship I didn't have that. Okay,
Same.
at
Same,
all,
same.
right? So personally, I think that would make life more easier, more enjoyable. And I think commitment comes after, right? But I think compatibility is probably most important. Although you may say looks may come after. I don't know. Maybe looks is after,
Okay,
then compatibility or commitment.
We're on
right?
the same page.
Yeah.
Okay, so just so our audience has an idea, we're both single men in our 40s, which is to say we're not legally contracted through the state of Missouri in marriage. We're single legally, and we're in our 40s. And so we know, and by the way, both having been married for extensive amounts of time, and so what we know that a lot of people know but maybe don't put into words. Commitment, right? Compatibility is the suitcase. Commitment is what's packed inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If it's done right.
Yeah.
If it's done right. Now, I know what it's like. Like, I just want to claw my skin off. I know what it's like to be committed to a commitment and not be compatible.
Agreed.
And I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why a lot of marriages end between 35 and 45, to be honest.
And what's interesting is, have you ever paid attention when you're out and about and you pay attention to couples?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, I'm a couple watcher.
Right?
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
I mean, literally,
like I can feel them.
Literally, you could sit there and go, yeah, they're not going to make it.
Oh, my gosh, you're so inside of my head right now. Like, you can spot them.
Yeah.
Like, yep, no.
Yep.
It's
crazy.
My biggest pet peeve.
It's crazy.
So
true.
Courtney and my biggest pet peeve. This drives us absolutely crazy when you go out to dinner and the couple, it's just the two of them. They sit on the same side of the booth together and they leave the thing across from them. Does that drive you nuts, or is that just us?
That's how I like to date.
Yes.
That drives me crazy.
Yes.
We're touchers.
Exactly.
And we're like dudes like him and I, we're like mega touchers, mega communicators.
Right. I prefer to sit next to my woman in a booth.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
See, I prefer the
Oh, I still want the eye contact.
Yeah. So I think in certain situations, right, or certain times, right, there needs to be that. But for the most part, I like to sit next to my. It's like an old truck with a bench seat.
Yes,
right?
I love you, man. See, he and I grew up with bench seating. I could not imagine having a girlfriend, and I did. I had a girlfriend all through high school, and I had a vehicle with a bench seat.
Yes.
And by God, she sat right next to me.
And you know what?
I wouldn't have it any other way.
There is no.
I wouldn't even know how to function.
Think about it. There is no vehicle produced today.
Not anymore.
that
Not unless
has
you
a bench
ask.
seat.
Unless you ask.
Unless you ask.
Like a Ford or Chevy work truck.
Yes.
Bench seat.
The WT, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Work truck.
That's it.
Work truck. WT.
There's nothing like.
we're opposites on that, but
Yeah.
There's nothing like
Yeah.
having a bench
Totally
seat.
cool. Totally
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
Like, okay. To the same degree.
Well, we hit something here, didn't we?
Yeah. If I don't even care if I'm on a first date.
Agreed.
If a woman's sitting across from me in a booth or a table, like, I'm uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would agree. Second that.
Like, I'm going to tell you right
Yeah.
now that knowing with all the dating experiences I've had right now, I promise you that date's not lasting more than 59 minutes. Like, I will be sitting in the front seat of my truck in 59 minutes. Pulling out. Bill paid and everything.
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's a no-go for me.
Maybe Bobby, it's got to be a
I have to
generation thing,
feel it.
right? I don't know.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
Or maybe it's what you stated, you know?
But let me
Well,
address
I do
one
see a
other
lot of
thing.
young couples doing it too. So it's not, but it's just something to me and her. It's odd to us. We don't understand.
I accept it. I get it.
No hostility meant,
I'm
but
good with
mostly
it.
it's just a pet peeve of like it makes us uncomfortable actually.
Totally get it.
Ooh. So I'm
Totally
going
get
to
it.
bring up something else.
Yeah.
Ready?
I'm pumped, man.
All
Let's
right.
do this.
So you said that's a pet peeve for you, right?
Okay.
I want to ask you, is it also a pet peeve, I'm going to say to your generation, for two people to feed each other food off the fork? Boom.
Oh, I'll feed me a little girl.
Oh, you got that right.
Open up, baby. Daddy's
Yep.
going to give you some
You
food.
got that right. Let's hear it, Ian.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Wow.
Bright red lipstick wrapped around that fork.
Now, okay, it's something.
Bobby, they don't know what they're missing out on.
That's foreplay.
Yes. That's
There's some I could say right now that's completely inappropriate, even for this show.
It's just that's a no go for
wow.
us.
Wow.
We're both semi PDA like uncomfortable. Like we're not public displayers of affection at all.
So I get
Very
that.
lightly.
Yeah.
So like sitting next to each other, feeding each other, like all that. It's just it crosses a line where both of us are uncomfortable.
So I would consider.
I'm an expert at making people uncomfortable in public. That's how I roll. That's me.
I would consider. PDA,
I'm that guy.
I would consider PDA, and I'm going to give an example. Okay.
Please do.
All right, you ready for this one?
I am ready.
Okay, so when I was over in the UK, this was back, 8 years ago. We were standing in line to go walk through a castle, right? Mm-hmm. Literally,
Wait a minute, who are you with?
So I was with the family.
Okay, family
right?
deal. All right,
family
gotcha.
deal, kids, wife at that
Lexi,
time.
Rudy, wife, the whole
Yeah,
thing. Okay.
yeah. And her brother or her sister and brother-in-law, right, and kid. And we're in line, and literally, I'm watching this guy put his hands down his girlfriend's back shorts
Oh, on the backside. Okay.
on the backside and tickle.
The stink.
Yes, in line. That's PDA, bro. Sitting next to someone at a booth is not PDA.
Did he smell it?
I don't think he did.
Did he lick it?
I can only say that if it was me, I would.
Don't answer that question.
Yeah.
Don't answer that question. Don't answer that question. This is NC-17.
That's PDA, Ian.
So, okay.
That's commitment.
Yeah, that's commitment, all right.
So why is that so important to you? Why is showing affection in those ways so important to you?
Personally, I think it's I don't know. Have you read the love language book? No? Okay.
I have many times.
Yes. Very important book to read. Actually.
Other than my own book, it's
Yeah.
the one book I've read more than any other book.
It's a very important book to read.
And not
right?
just listen to, like I've read it.
Yes.
Like it's on my shelf
Yes.
at home. It's got notes. It's got
Yes.
folded pages, the whole bit.
Yes. I mean, it's a good way to understand yourself, right?
I've taken the quiz, but
Yeah.
I haven't read the actual book. Beyond that,
Probably need to read the book.
It's
I would
worthy.
say, yeah.
It's worthy.
Yeah. But coming from, I'm going to say two guys that, for me, I'm touching quality, right? Quality time, touch quality time.
Same.
Right?
Identical.
Yeah.
Physical touch, number
Yes.
one. Quality time,
Yeah.
very close, number two. They go hand in hand.
Exactly. So I would have to say that's why that is so important to like myself or Bobby, because that's where we receive that energy,
Yeah.
right?
Energy.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have to be so much of touching, but it could be as much as sitting in a booth and actually holding their hand.
Yeah.
Right? That is spectacular, man. Honestly.
I'm a body language guy. So
Exactly.
So for me, not to digress once again, but so yes, I'm a physical touch. That's my primary language, and it's. Let me assure you, it's very dominant.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very dominant. If you I'm just going to make it very simplistic here. You order a dessert and you share a dessert because that's not uncommon, right? You don't necessarily share an entree, but if you order a dessert and you take, right, so it's called a cheesecake. So you take the fork and you give it to her. I should say you present it.
Yeah.
And she has the option of whether she wants to lean forward and take a bite from your hand. And I have been denied that. And so that's a message.
Yes.
That's an indicator for me. Like that's definitely going to be the last date.
Yeah. That's
Like,
that's a hard no.
That's a hard no for me.
Yeah.
And to go a step further, so women, listen up. If you care to, right? Take notes or don't. I'm not saying she has to lean into that bite like she's leaning in to perform fellatio.
Right. Right.
NC-17 here. But I can read a lot into what that woman's vibe is, what her nature is, by how she leans in and takes hold of it with her mouth.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
And eye contact is everything.
Yes. Ooh.
Eye contact is huge.
Huge.
I have a chapter in my book called Dating Etiquette. I have 10 bullet points. Bullet point number 1, eye contact.
Yes.
All right, we're all done here. Hey, look, real quick, my book. So we're shooting this particular podcast in August, and
August 10th.
August 10th to be. Oh, by the way, happy anniversary, 41st anniversary to my parents.
Happy anniversary.
Mwah, I love you.
That's
And
awesome.
I'm thankful for your, for the love that you have for each other, the example that you set for me growing up. And by the way, I told my parents this past week for the first time, both of them have very significant mentions in my book. Thank you for sticking it out, and thank you for being a wonderful example. Okay, book will be released very soon. Like literally at this point, it's a matter of days. And I'm going to be planning a launch party here in St. Louis. It's going to be the bomb.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be fun.
So buy the book.
Right. So listen to upcoming announcements. And because we're going to open it up on Amazon for pre-order. I need as many people. Look, I'm gonna do some shameless self-promotion. I want to be a New York Times bestseller or Amazon bestseller or whatever the hell they call it these days, because I'm a type A overachiever and I want to be the best. I want to be number one. I've devoted more than a year of my life at this point to this whole thing. And I'm already on book number 2, which I'm super excited about because it's called Dateable. Right? So we're going to flip the script. So pre-orders are coming out soon. Stay tuned. I love you. Thanks for watching. Thank you for being here, Rudy.
Thank you for inviting me.
Ian, I love you. You're the man. I couldn't do any of this without you.
Ian,
ever.
I love you too.
You know that.
Yeah.
Hugs, kisses.
Mm-hmm.
See you next time.